Okay, guys, I'm gonna tell you today about the day of my trial and why they call drugs dope or dumbass or you fucking idiots, what it should be called. So, you guys can look up my record. You can find out exactly what I was in for. Pretty easy to do, just Google my name. And my attorney had told me, after I'd been arrested, I bonded out, of course, and my attorney had told me it's an illegal search and seizure. We're gonna beat this case, blah, 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 blah. So, the day of trial, I went to, we went to the courthouse. We're fixing to start jury selection. They offered me a plea bargain. Now, my attorney had advised me to take this plea bargain. Here's what the plea bargain was. The plea bargain was 2 years, 8 suspended, county jail, undersheriff was a friend of mine, was gonna give me 5 for 1, work on the work release. I would have been out in 4 to 6 months and would have had the freedom to do whatever I wanted to do. But, dope, fucking dumbass, no. Kept telling my attorney no. So the day of trial, we go into the judge's chambers, the district attorney, the judge, dumbass, and my attorney. My attorney turns and says, hey, can we get a court reporter in here? Because he knew I was fixing to fuck up like a show dog. Because I was 10 foot tall and bulletproof. There's no way I could lose. I'd never lost. I'd never lost at anything at that time, no matter what it was, even if it was something illegal. I'd skated, and I'll tell you some of the shit that I've done and got away with, and you'll see why when I tell you this story, I feel like I was blessed 1,000 times over with what I got. So, the DA turns to me and says, Mr. Goad, we're willing to offer you 2 in, 8 on paper, 8 years suspended. How do you feel about that? I said, nope, I'll take a 10-year deferred. He said, you're not getting a deferred sentence. I said, well, I'm not gonna take the felony hit. He said, well, you're gonna have to. I said, okay, what you offered me, what you told me was an offer. Let me give you a counter offer. And I gave you a counter offer. But let me give you one last and final offer. This is what I'll sign for right now. Now understand, guys, this was a big OU game that was fixing to go down. So nobody really wanted to go to trial. They wanted to watch this OU game. That's why they were bending over backwards to try to keep this deal from going to trial. Plus it was a shitty case. But when you got a dumbass on the other end, that doesn't really work well. So what I told the DA was, you made me an offer, I made you a counter offer. Let me give you my last and final offer. I said, this is what I'll sign for today. This is all on court records. This is not bullshit. I said, I will take a public apology from you in your wife's Sunday dress on the courthouse steps tomorrow morning. Otherwise, get the fucking jury in here and let's get this show on the road. The judge looks at me and says, excuse me? I said, would you like me to repeat that or would you like her to read it back to you? Dumb fucking idiot. I took it to trial. Now, and fate is a funny thing, guys, because I had the OHP dispatcher testify in my behalf. I had everything, every testimony except the Highway Patrol. Even the Highway Patrol screwed up, which I'll come back and tell you guys that story. That's a good one because I had been screwing his best friend's ex-wife. So there's a little animosity there. Go figure. And the fact that he said I had long hair, so I must smoke dope. And we were picking up our daughter one day, and I said, you wear brown shoes, so you must be a fag, because all guys that wear brown shoes are fags. So anyway, there was a little bit of tension between me and Mr. Highway Patrol. I won't say his name. So we go to trial. They bring the jury in. We pick a jury. I am found guilty. I am given a 15, a 5, and a 15. I'm like, wow. Judge tells me, this judge did more for me, and his name's Gordon Melson, one of the greatest judges that ever sat on a bench. The district attorney, I'll come back to him here in just a second, also a great guy. But I was pissed off. They had no right. I mean, I was 10 foot tall and bulletproof, guys. There's no way I could lose this deal because I can talk fast. I'm slick. There's no way that I could lose this deal in court at trial. I lost. Judge gives me 90 days to go get my affairs in order. What do? I fire right back up. So part of when you go to trial and you're found guilty, DOC does what they call a pre-sentence investigation. Let's take fucking idiot one step further. So I jump over there and I go to the DOC place. I'm gonna do my pre-sentence investigation. Now my attorney told me, let's get you an AANA, let's go to some meetings, blah, 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 blah. I went to one. They didn't do it fast enough for me. Jumped on my bike and hauled ass. My attorney said, we need you to do, he said, listen, you need to do AANA, you need to go to these meetings, you need to, get a job. He said, try to show them that you're trying to act right. Here's what I did. Nothing. I'm still 10 foot tall and bulletproof, guys. I'm still high as fuck. So there's no way that this is actually gonna go down. I already talked to my bail bondsman. She's gonna write me $1 million appeal bond. So I'm gonna get out on appeal and I'm gonna fight this case again. Take it to the federal court, I'm gonna win. I mean, hell, I'm slinging plenty of dope, I'm making plenty of money. I can fucking win this. So in my pre-sentence investigation, I went over there. They were closed for lunch. The second time I went over there, of course, I had no sense of time because when you're up for 2 or 3 days, you really don't figure out that Monday or that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday can all roll into one. So I showed up on a Sunday thinking it was Monday, negatory. So they got so tired of trying to do this pre-sentence investigation, which pre-sentence investigation, they make a recommendation to the judge. The judge told me the day of my trial, I usually go with the jury selection, and from everything that this judge had ever done, I was gonna end up with 15 years. So, she finally calls me. She's called me 2 or 3 times, the lady from Department of Corrections, and says, listen, let's just do this over the phone. I said, fuck yeah, let's do it. Extreme fucking idiot at this point. So, I'm doing this. Yeah. I said, hold up. Stop. I don't understand. If O.J. Simpson can buy his way out of a murder case, what is the problem with me buying my way out of a dope case? I really don't understand what you guys' fucking problem is here. Swear to God, that's what I said. Because when I first got busted, I take 50 grand of my attorney and said, hey, that's down payment. Let's make this go away. They came back and said, too high profile a case. That ain't gonna get it done. Which that shit don't exist hardly any at all anymore. But back then, you can buy your way out of a case. So my attorney calls me like 2 days later and says, James, I need you in my fucking office now. The day I met with this attorney, I laid a 9mm on his desk and told him, listen, win, lose, or draw, I don't care what happens. Don't sell me out. If I lose and you do the best job that you can do, that's fine, but you sell me out, we're gonna deal with this in a different way. He never blinked an eye. He said, I'll never sell you out. That man never did sell me out. But boy, he should hit me in the head with a fucking pipe at some point. So, I walked to his office. The same guy laid down on top of his desk. He knew what I was capable of, knew what kind of person I was. He throws the pre-sentence investigation at me. He said, please tell me, you did not tell them that if O.J. Simpson can buy a way out of a murder trial, that you should be able to buy your way out of a bullshit little dope case. Oh, that was a bad day. Because the way my attorney found out about it was when the Judge Gordon Melson came to his office blowing a gasket over the bullshit that I said. Now, I don't even remember what all I said. I know that was the highlight of it, and I do distinctly remember saying that, but I was high as fuck. Or as a friend of mine calls it, high as draft nuts. And probably been up a week. So it didn't matter to me at that point in time. So the day I go to sentencing, I haven't done anything my attorney told me to do. I've done talk shit to pre-sentence on the pre-sentence investigation. I done motherfucked the DA. I sat there with an attitude the whole time. Now, when I did my trial, nobody was there except my ex-wife and my daughter. My son was about a year old. And none of my family, because everybody knew James always wins. This is not going to be a big deal. He's going to get out of it. Well, I never told him anything that was going on. That was through the trial. The day of my sentencing, my whole family was there. Everybody was there. And I told my attorney that if I go to prison, I'm going to take that DA out. That's how stupid I was. The day of my sentencing, I stood there and the judge read off the jury suggestion was a 15. And he told me before he gave me the 90 days, I always go with the jury suggestion unless there's something to support otherwise, which could have been James going to AANA, all the things my attorney tried to get me to do, because this was the most liberal judge that sat on the bench. He never set somebody down for a big rack of time. Matter of fact, the guy that was sentenced in front of me was on a manslaughter charge, involuntary manslaughter, got 3 years. So, this is the hard part to tell. Statute of limitations has ran out on this, so I can't. So we're standing there. He reads off, the jury suggestion was a 15, a 5, and a 15. You're remanded to the custody of the sheriff's department.